Hello, welcome to my channel, beautiful people. I love you all and thank you so much for subscribing. All right, so today I am with my lovely girl and my cute son over there. Yes, this is your favorite coach, Rosalind, and today we're gonna do a little story time. I want to talk briefly about breast engorgement. So when I came home September 6th, you can come and stand by my behind me. when I came home on September when I came home on September 6th, with my precious little one here, and she had a little problem. As you can see, she has a very tiny mouth and her tongue is a little big. And she had what they call tongue tie. I have it, but growing back in Africa, I believe they didn't know what that was about and what they could do about it. So I'm going to lift my tongue a little bit so that you can see I have a tongue tie. So sometimes some of my words end up on my tongue like that. So when you have a tongue tie, like this, my son here, lift your tongue up. He also has the tongue tied. I was trying to get the ENT, the nose, ears, and tongue specialist people to clip it a little bit for it to go down. That line under our tongue to go down. So, okay, so when this baby came home, she had a tongue tied, and the first few days, she couldn't open her mouth wide to take the nipple. Now, if you are like me with a big or wide nipple, it's hard for a baby whose mouth is as tiny as my daughter to be able to fully get the milk out. She couldn't suck. She couldn't suck on the breast, and to squeeze the milk to come out. And so her first 24 hours with me, I would say she kind of fasted. She would cry and cry and cry. And my breast has become engorged. It was full of the milk. She couldn't suck it because her tongue is big and she couldn't open up enough. She wouldn't open it. She was a little lazy. And some of the babies are lazy. Now, with my two sons, my first son and this one, I think the boys do well with breastfeeding more than the girls, as in latching on properly latching on, putting their mouth to the breast, and grasping on all the areola, the dark area around the nipple, and really sucking and getting the full milk out. The boys do well. I would say I have two children, 2 boys and 2 girls. With my third child, who is a girl, she did the same. And my husband had to, I pumped the breast milk, put it in a cup, and my husband will use a syringe and squeeze, get in the syringe and push it to the corner and push it inside her mouth to get her to eat. Feeding her was a problem. Feeding this one was a problem. Even my daughter, she's 4 years, and we still have feeding problem with her. Uh-oh. Sorry. So, what do you do as a new mother when you can't get your child to latch on properly? I tried the I tried on they have this I don't know the name. Lasha, hold it for me. Let me see if I can grab this thing.
If there's something here.
They had me buying this. I don't know if you can see it. I think the sun is too bright. You may not be able to see it well. I went to buy it from Walmart. Madila. It's 24. Anyways, what I did with it is that I use it by the nipple so that it looks like a feeding bottle. I've forgotten the name of it. And so I was able to get her to kind of grab onto that thing a little bit so she could suck and get the milk out. Because I was really starving her. And I wanted to do exclusive breastfeeding, but because of this problem, I had to start immediately giving the formula, supplementing with the formula so she wouldn't lose too much weight. So her birth weight was 7 pounds 3 ounces, and within the 24-hour period when we went back to the doctor the following day, she had lost 3 pounds. Yes, she has lost no, not 3 pounds, I think 1 or 2 pounds, which wasn't good, which wasn't good. The doctor became worried. Don't do that, please, stop. The doctor became very worried. He said, go and get that and have lactation, speak to the lactation specialist so they will help you. They can teach you how to get your daughter to latch on properly and suck. No matter, I went to the week A people, have the lactation specialist teach me to get, but even if you push the nipple inside her mouth, she will still, her tongue is too big, so it pushes the nipple out, and she started crying. I had to give the formula. So so when I came home, I had that engorgement for about, so into the 4th day, I couldn't bear the pain. It was so painful. It was more or less like being in labor. It was so painful. I felt the sharp needle pains, like sharp needles through my breast, through the breast. That was the engorgement. So what can you do? What did I do? I will pump. I will pump all right. I'll use my machine, and I have the Madila breast pump. I will pump all right, but it still wasn't enough. It was still hard, and I couldn't sleep at night. I will be moaning, and I tried to, encroach the pain inside, but it was just unbearable. It was just unbearable. So that, I think the 4th or the 5th day, I told my husband, please help me out. So what I had my husband do, and God bless his soul, I said, please come and suck on it. So he, being a grown man, he put his lips to the nipple and began to suck it gently. In fact, it was so tender. It was sore and it was tender. Because my daughter had chewed on the nipple because she couldn't suck it. She was chewing on the nipple. So it was sore. Both nipple was sore. I'll talk about how to handle the soreness on the nipple. So what happened was that day for I don't know, probably almost 30 minutes, he sucked on the nipple. He will suck, and then like he will have the breast milk in the, and then he will spit it out, and then do it again. So he did it till the hardness of the breast, everything came out, the first part. So unfortunately, my daughter here couldn't get enough of the Please put it up on there for me. My daughter couldn't get enough of the first milk, the cholesterol, the very thick yellow breast milk, which gives her her first immunity, till she builds her own. She couldn't get all those good stuff. Though I was able to pump some and put it in the freezer, she really couldn't get much. Unlike my other three kids, I breastfed them for 6 months. I think even for the girl, I did it for 7 months, if I'm not mistaken, before I introduced the formula. But unfortunately, she got the formula earlier than her siblings. She got it earlier. So what you can do with engorgement, if you are married, you can have your husband help you out, like mine helped me out. Get some of it out because it's so painful. I couldn't think. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't think straight. I think it was worse than just being in labor, if not the same pain. I don't know if comparing it is really the same, but it was really painful. So any mother going through that painful engorgement, use the breast pump to get it out, or have someone gently suck it out so you can be relieved, so that new fresh milk will keep flowing. So when that engorgement was relieved and it went back to normal size, I tried to get her to, keep her on the breast. And what I did to relieve the soreness and to have the soreness to heal, I used shea butter. Shea butter, SHEA, and then butter, butter. Shea butter. I bought it from African market. So wherever you live, if there's an African market close by, the raw shea butter is not the one with the fragrance, not the ones that the Walmart people will sell. No. When you go to African market, you can get the raw shea butter. When you put a little on your fingertip like this, rub it, and then you put it by the nipple, it will relieve your pain and it will heal the soreness. And if you want another way of also letting down milk, to have the milk to flow, you can also rub shea butter using your 2 hands, rub it, and then rub it on your breast like that. Rub it on your breast. See, when shea butter touches warmth, it begins to melt and the milk will begin to flow. Another way you can stand in the shower and let the warm water that is coming, let it just stand, let your chest face the water and let it pour on it. You see that the milk will begin to flow. So these are some of the natural ways you can relieve yourself, letting down the milk. If you are in a lot of pain and the baby is asleep or the baby won't take it and you don't have a pump, you have to let some go. Because if it gets engorged more than necessary, you can have some lumps. You can have infection. It can give you infection. I think they call it mastitis, inflammation. It becomes so inflamed, very hot, and very, very painful. It can be very inflamed, and you would not be a happy mother. You will not be a happy mother. You will regret giving birth, and we wouldn't want that to happen. So it's one of the reasons why the milk, when I came home, it was when I got the engorgement problem solved, because she wouldn't still latch on it till she was taken to the ENT and got a tongue-tied issue taken care of. They clip it a little bit for it to go down. By the time I got the appointment and had that done, the milk went down. The flow of the milk went down. the flow of the milk went down and it wouldn't come back again. And I couldn't pump even 8 ounces in a day. So now, I got a little worried and a little stressed. Whenever you are breastfeeding and anything stresses you, when you get very stressed, stress can really interfere with the breastfeeding. When you are too stressful, anything that stresses you can really interfere with the flow of the milk. So please, mothers, new mothers, don't let anything worry you. Don't be overstressed. It don't matter what it is. Don't be overstressed, so that you can have good milk. And be sure to be taking your vitamins, your prenatal vitamins or your multivitamins when you are breastfeeding. This is the way I overcame engorgement, and I know that I had the breastfeeding counselors. They were always testing me food. Look online for food, the nuts, 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 and the green leafy vegetables. If you're in Africa, make sure you are eating your fresh green leafy vegetables. That will help you get a lot of milk, for your baby, like breast milk for your baby. Please put it down. So you can be able to feed your child properly and have a healthy baby. Remember, breastfeeding is very, very good for our child. It helps them get good immunity against childhood diseases. They are able to be very strong and healthy. And children that are really breastfed very well, the mothers eating healthily, they rarely get sick when during childhood or when they are grown. They rarely get sick, especially in Africa or even here. Those who can breastfeed for 1 year or so, these children are really, really strong and healthy. So I encourage all mothers. To breastfeed if you can. Whatever little is coming, I supplement. I give her the formula, but I do make sure that I put her on the breast 2 times a day or 3 if possible. Sometimes I make her breastfeed more than even the formula. Why? Because she needs it to be healthy. I try to eat good food so she can also have good nutrients in her, so she'll be healthy and be strong. I don't even remember the last time my children got sick that I took them to the hospital. I breastfed all of them 6 to 7 months, and then before the formula and everything. None of them they rarely complain that they are sick here or there. So it's a good advice for you mothers. Please think about the health of your children and breastfeed them. And remember the natural ways to get rid of the engorgement. All right, I hope this video helps. Shout out to all the new mothers, the pregnant mothers. May God deliver you all. May you have a good delivery in the name of Jesus. I love you guys.